Hey, glad you clicked on the video. My name's Azim. So good to meet you. Today I want to talk about my theory in exposure therapy. I think that there are some things that we should expose ourselves to, and I'll give you examples of how this has worked in my life. For example, let's talk about the cold. Every year you're going to experience a winter season. It's going to get cold and you're going to have to deal with it, no matter whether you like it or not. Now, some people choose to deal with it head on. For example, this past year, I decided to start 75 hard during the winter because I knew if I put my ice bath outside, it would freeze over and be super cold. Also, that I would have to run outside and be exposed to the cold. And so during the easier times, like working outside, taking orders at the good old Chick-fil-A, or just being outside with friends or family, or being at a race event, just standing around, I'd have an easier time because I was outside during the hard times, running when it was 20 degrees, doing the ice bath when it was 20 degrees outside. And so the exposure made it easier for those more mundane, not joyful tasks, or quote unquote easier tasks that you feel like you just have to get through. Instead of that feeling like the hard time, I already had a exposed hard time to get through. There's other things for exposure therapy. I think there's exposure therapy for attention span. When you have to sit down and read a book, for example, for 75 hard, I had to read 30 pages every day. There were certain times where I would expose myself to short attention span activities such as doom scrolling on my phone, and I feel like sitting down to read was much harder. But then when I sat down and took the time to read and did that more often, as 75 hard required, it was easier to lock into putting my attention into one thing and really reading the content instead of trying to get through it as quick as possible. So that's just my experience with exposure therapy. Hopefully that helped you, and that's my theory. Let me know if you agree.